Hey guys, Cyfox here today, and I have a quick Necrolord opener video for you. I will be talking about how to open, what to do in the opener, what to think about, going over some talents, legendaries, conduits, and the general playstyle of the Covenant. So first things first, the general playstyle is we are more bleed oriented rather than bite oriented. We can see this reflected on our talent choices, legendaries, and conduit picks. We go with Lunar Inspiration, Feral Frenzy, paired up with the draft of Deep Focus. This legendary buffs your Moonfire, Rake, Rip on a single target by 40%. And if you pair this up with Lunar Inspiration, Tiger's Fury, your dot damage with Moonfire, Rake, Rip, Frenzy, if you're playing Feral Frenzy, is a lot of damage. I go with Feral Frenzy here simply because I think doing damage in short windows as a Feral Druid is still valuable. Feral Frenzy, both with Adaptive Swarm, hits very, very hard. If you want to go Blood Talons, that is a-okay. Note that it is much more slow because you can't just like get 5 combo points instantly, or you can't really combo as hard. But I think in longer games where you are focusing more on damage rather than bursting, not bursting, but just doing damage in short windows, I think Blood Talons is really strong. So think of it as this. Blood Talons, slower, good at longer games. Feral Frenzy, faster, excels in windows where you need to do damage in short windows. And then finally we can go down to the conduit section here. So the biggest change from the last video is that we are not playing Taste for Blood. We don't really need Taste for Blood because we are not focusing on ferocious bites. We are focusing on bleeds and our dot damage. So we're playing Carnivorous Instincts, which buffs our Tiger's Fury damage, Evolve Swarm, which buffs our Adaptive Swarm effect. So right there you can already tell that we are picking things just to focus more on bleeding. And the opener is no different. We are focused on bleeding, maximizing our bleed damage, uptime. So in these openers with Feral Frenzy and Blood Talons, you will be seeing our bleeds being buffed by Adaptive Swarm and whatnot. So let's get started with a Feral Frenzy opener. Go in stealth. We go to our target, we Rake, Moonfire, Thrash, get some rows of bleeds up, Brutal Slash to 5 combo points, Tiger's Fury, Rip, Adaptive Swarm, Feral Frenzy, top it off with a bite, and you just go from there. Make sure to keep up your bleeds and whatnot. And that is your opener with the Feral Frenzy. Or that is a version of a Feral Frenzy opener that you can do. And if you're curious on the damage, this is what it looks like with the Feral Frenzy that's built by Adaptive Swarm. Note I crit some, so keep that in mind. I casted 2 Rakes, 2 Moonfires. This is the Rip with Adaptive Swarm. And as you can see, our bleed pressure is really, really strong in the opener right there. And we also managed to get a ferocious bite off, so we're doing a bit of burst there too with Feral Frenzy. And that's kind of what I like about Feral Frenzy. You can do combos like that where you get your bleeds up and then Frenzy back up to top it off with some bursts with bite. Okay, so let's move on to Blood Talons. Blood Talons is much slower. You need to proc up Blood Talons before you do a Rip or Ferocious Bite. And the way you can do this is by casting 3 different combo point generating abilities within 4 seconds of each other. This can be Rake, Moonfire, Thrash, Brutal Slash, or Shred. I say Moonfire because if you're playing Lunar Inspiration, you're able to Moonfire in cat form, and this generates a combo point. And this counts as one of those abilities that can proc up Blood Talons. So in the opener, we will be doing Rake, Moonfire, Thrash, or Brutal Slash. Go to 5 combo points, Tiger's Fury, Rip, Adaptive Swarm. So let's get right to it. Rake, Moonfire, Thrash, proc up Blood Talons, Brutal Slash to 5 combo points, Tiger's Fury, Rip, Adaptive Swarm, and we can go from there. You can upkeep your bleeds, make sure they don't fall off, and that is your opener with Blood Talons. This is your damage with the Blood Talons Rip, buffed with Adaptive Swarm. This is Rake, Moonfire. Note these are casted 2 times. But there you have it. Those are some openers you can do with either Blood Talons or Feral Frenzy. As you can see, our openers kind of reflected the idea of a Necrolord Feral Druid, where you want to maximize bleed damage and buff them up with adaptive swarm and all that goodness. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Oh, also, sorry. So I forgot to talk about Berserk again. I don't Berserk openers. I simply do not like Berserking openers because I think if you do a good opener with decent damage, with good CC on the healer if you're playing 2v2, 3v3, I think doing a strong opener like these, or the ones that I showed you, I think they are, personally, to me, they seem better and kind of fit my style. But if you want, you can Berserk. The point of Berserking in the opener is you just get 5 combat points instantly, so you can just go faster a little bit. It can actually benefit Blood Talons a bit more because you don't have Feral Frenzy and you can't build up 5 combat points instantly with Feral Frenzy because you don't have it, so consider doing that. Personally, I don't Berserk. I like saving it for the next setup and just pumping damage in that next setup with Berserk. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think Necrolord as a whole is a very interesting Covenant choice for Feral Druids. It's very versatile with what you can do with the damage. You can multi-bleed if you want, you can single target bleed if you want. The burst isn't that strong, but I mean, it's still there. You can still build a way and play in a way where you introduce some burst, so it's not that bad. But I think if you are, honestly guys, if you are hesitant on going Necrolord, I think you should try it out. Maybe if you have an alt, if you really love the bleed playstyle, like you love dotting things and running away and just seeing people rot, dude, I think Necrolord is so fun. A lot of people who tell me that they switch to Necrolord in my stream, they say they're having like the most fun in WoW, and personally I am actually having a lot of fun in WoW playing Necrolord. I don't really like, I don't like the, and I don't not like the other Covenants. I just found them a bit boring, and I think Necrolord is a nice change of pace, and it's something I would recommend to a lot of Feral Druids out there who are interested in this type of playstyle or want something new. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will be back next time with hopefully a commentary, maybe Necrolord arena commentary or some other thing, maybe a guide video, who knows. Just stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Peace.